Where do you want to go then?
Well, I thought we could go for a mooch round town or something. Treat ourselves to a bit of lunch, take our time, maybe even have a glass of wine. What do you reckon?
Yeah, if you like.
You could come back to ours later. Stay over. You get in our Nathan's bed, he can crash on the futon in the conservatory. Or Dave will take you back if you'd rather. Whatever you want. Sound like a good plan?
Yeah, if that's what you fancy.
Or what about a film? Or New Brighton, we'll go and have a drive round if you like.
Well, if you'd rather do that, Bob.
What is it that you would rather do? You've not been out of the house in over 2 weeks, Sylv. What is it that you want to do? Anything. You choose.
Would it be all right if we just went back to yours for a bit, Bob?
I'm not being funny, but I've had to book time off for this. It'd be nice if you didn't act like I was trying to drag you to the dentist or something.
Today was your suggestion, Barbara, not mine.
Yeah, because we're worried about you. Just try making a bit of an effort.
Do you know what? I don't really feel like going anywhere. I'm sorry if I've made you waste your day off.
No, I didn't mean it like that. Sylvie, hang on a minute. Why don't you talk to somebody?
Like who?
I don't know. A professional.
A professional? What? I'm not mad, Bob.
I never said you were.
No, but that's what you were implying. They already think that I'm over the top at work.
You could talk to a doctor.
I'm not ill. Why does everybody keep trying to tell me that there's something wrong with me? Can you imagine how that makes me feel?
Sylvie, it's all right. It's all right.
It isn't though, Barb. Is it?
I'm here. You could talk to me.
No, I couldn't begin to explain. I couldn't. I can't.
I could kill that little rat for doing this to you. If I had my hands on him now, I'd wring his flaming neck.
Yeah, well, I just need to forget about it. It's the only way. That's what I need to do. I need to put it behind me and get myself right.
Did Isaac ring you last night?
Mm-hmm.
How is he?
He's had a bit of a wobble over some assignment, but he's still enjoying the course. He's having a good time. He's never in when I ring. He's coming home this weekend.
Have you said anything to him yet?
No, and I'm not going to.
He would go mad if he knew you were keeping this from him. Don't you think you should say something?
No, I don't want him involved. I mean it, Barb, not a word. Do you promise?
Yeah, okay, I promise. It's not daft. He knows there's something wrong. That's why he rang me. You're putting me in an awkward position.
Go home then. He's going back tomorrow, so you won't have to see him. I don't want him involved, Barb. End of.
But he is involved. He's worried about you. We all are. You won't go out of the house. You hardly see any of your mates anymore. You're that close to losing your job, you know. If you don't tell him, I will.
This is not your trauma, Barbara. I know that you'd like it to be, but it's not. Sorry.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why don't you butt out of this and let me handle it in my own way? You can't keep telling me what to do. I'm a grown woman.
Well, then act like it and stop wallowing in it like you have been doing for the last couple of months.
Oh, here we go. Didn't see that one coming. You've been dying to say that to me for weeks.
Well, somebody's got to bring a bit of perspective to all of this. Yes, a nasty piece of work threatened you.
With a gun.
But that's all it was, a threat. He didn't touch you, he frightened you. And that's not very nice. But the fact of the matter is, you're alive and well, and people get over much worse. But all this Fort Knox business, watching the news 24/7, texting our Zach 2-3 times a day, it's not right. You're cutting yourself off and it's not right. You're doing all of this, Sylv. Not the bloke that threatened you. You are doing it, and it's time you put a stop to it because it's just affecting all of us.
Affecting you? He was this close to me. I could smell his sweat, his rotten, boozy breath. I can hear him. He was this close.
Just stop. Stop and think about what is actually
I
happening.
can't, because if I do, it'll start here and then it'll move to here. I think I could cope with that. But if it got to here, well, there'd be no stopping it. I'd never stop screaming. Do you understand? I can't stop and think about it. That's a luxury I can't afford, and that's what people don't seem to get. I've got to keep it.
Give me the knives.
I'm terrified of everything. I know how and I know why. That's the easy part, but I don't know how to stop. I'm terrified of being alive, Barbara. I'm terrified of being alive. All that worrying you do when they're small because they're not sleeping through or they're not eating properly, at least you know where they are then, safely tucked up in bed.
I know, but you can't do that forever, you daft sod.
It'd be good if you could though, wouldn't it?
As that went slumming it all round Europe last year, you remember?
You know when you were a kid and you had something on your mind and you were all worried and upset, at the bottom there was always this feeling that Mum and Dad would make it all right, that they'd sort it out for you. Rubbish being the mum, isn't it? Could you do it, Barb? Could you be a witness?
I don't know.
What's going on?
But what if I walk out and I don't get another job? How will we manage? My mum and dad never had their own home. I've worked hard for this. What if we lose the... I've struggled to get us here.
We can set up or get a flat or something smaller.
He's right, it doesn't matter.
But why should I have to? Where's the justice in that?
Listen, Mum, I do not care about justice, okay? I care about you. You can't go back there, can you? Can you? I'm not going back to uni.
Don't be daft.
No, I don't care what you say. I'm not going to go back until all this is sorted out, okay? I'll get a job. I'm not going to leave you on your own.
Give it to me. I'll take it. You're doing the right thing, Soph.
What are you doing? Just give me 2 minutes.
Where are you going?
To get that letter back, to get my life back.
It's the best I could do, sorry.
Why don't they tell you what's happening in these places?
Well, you don't have to stop. You can go now if you want.
No. No, I'll stay. I'm fine.
You okay, Mum?
Is he here?
Yeah.
Right. Let's do it.
Some things you